Did you know that most of today's billionaires follow a similar pattern to accumulate great fortunes? This is all due to one fundamental reason. John D Rockefeller once said that the most stable thing in the world is the ability to make money the right way. He believed that this ability is unshakable. Imagine that you could earn any amount of money you wanted. Sound like a distant dream? Today, I'm going to debunk that idea. As we revisit the story of John D Rockefeller and how he earned his first $1 billion, we'll discover revolutionary financial skills that can help you become rich. Don't believe me? Then watch the video to the end and see for yourself. Welcome to the leading finance channel. If you dream of becoming rich, subscribe now. John D Rockefeller was the world's first dollar billionaire. He contributed $2,000 to the initial capital of his first business, $1,200 of which he borrowed from his father. When Rockefeller died in 1937, his fortune was estimated at $1.4 billion, which would be equivalent to approximately $318 billion today. For comparison, the wealth of Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world today, is estimated at just $219 billion. As I studied Rockefeller's biography in more detail, I realized that the secret to his financial success lies in a few essential money skills. While you enjoy this video, I'm going to reveal the essence of these skills to you. From an early age, Rockefeller demonstrated an impressive ability to control his money. At the age of 7, he earned his first money working on a neighbor's farm, where he helped harvest potatoes and raise rabbits. Following his mother's advice, he made his first entry in the ledger, writing everything down to the last penny, how much and why he received money, and how he spent it. This habit, analogous to the modern cash flow statement, is one of the tools he used to control the company's finances, and he kept this meticulous record until his death at the age of 97. Rockefeller's biographers often mention that he grew up in a low-income family. Although there is no precise information on how much his father earned, we know that he was a traveling salesman who traveled the country a lot. During his absences, Rockefeller's mother had to save money, developing the habit of counting every penny and instilling this practice in her children from an early age. John learned that controlling money helps to multiply it. Although his parents wanted him to go to university, Rockefeller chose a commercial college and accounting courses. After completing his studies, he got a job as an assistant accountant, where his love of numbers was quickly noticed and appreciated by his superiors. None of his colleagues liked dealing with periods and completed projects, but Rockefeller's eyes lit up when he was given these tasks. His starting salary was $17 a month, and from the second month, it started to increase. Rockefeller is a clear example of how discipline, financial control, and specific skills can lead to extraordinary success. The following year, John was promoted to manager, earning an annual salary of $800. It's worth noting how deeply committed he was to financial literacy. His vast knowledge of finance became the cornerstone of his future wealth. That's why I strongly recommend that you also pay attention to your personal financial education. Don't be afraid to take out loans. Many entrepreneurs see borrowed money as an evil to be avoided, but the example of John D. Rockefeller proves otherwise. Rockefeller would probably have spent his entire life struggling to accumulate capital if he hadn't received the money he needed to start his business from his father. Loans were a constant in his business, and he often preferred to sell shares to new investors even when he had his own funds. Thus, he kept a strategic reserve of capital for emergencies and, in the absence of investors, did not hesitate to fully finance his own projects. Rockefeller's first venture was a modest logistics company. In the first year, he received orders totaling $500,000, but soon ran out of funds. Already owing a significant sum to his father, who charged an annual interest of 10%, Rockefeller continued to seek the additional funds he needed whenever possible. It wasn't an easy task, but he managed to overcome these challenges. The difference between Rockefeller and financially illiterate people is that he took out loans in a strategic and planned way. Fulfilling his obligations was an absolute priority for him, especially financial ones. In the early years, he faced numerous difficulties but always found the necessary funds on time. In his memoirs, How I Made $500 Million, Rockefeller recalls how his father showed up at his office at a critical moment, demanding immediate payment of a loan. It's not clear whether this happened by chance or whether it was a deliberate strategy by his father to teach him about financial responsibility. In any case, Rockefeller always honored his commitments to creditors, including his own father. This discipline and integrity meant that over time, the bankers trusted his word completely, going so far as to offer him access to all their economic resources. Rockefeller's solid reputation in financial matters became his best guarantee. It is therefore crucial that you also carefully monitor your credit history and financial reputation. Every financial decision has its price. Rockefeller was able to take out loans without hesitation and rigorously fulfilled his obligations because his actions were not impulsive, but meticulously calculated. When taking out loans, he always planned how and when he would pay them back, as well as forecasting the profits he would make from investing these funds. This methodical approach allowed him to maximize the return on borrowed funds. Rockefeller, in his financial strategies, always meticulously calculated when and how much he would multiply by investing his own money. He injected millions of dollars into his ventures, considering not only the immediate profitability, but also the long-term gains. If an investment showed the potential to increase production or reduce costs, resulting in an increase in profits, he didn't hesitate to bet. John D. Rockefeller was a pioneer in the United States when he revolutionized oil transport. He replaced transportation in wooden barrels and on horseback with the use of tanks on trains, sending entire railroad trains across the country. This innovation marked the end of an era of rudimentary transportation and the beginning of more efficient and secure logistics. Rockefeller was also the first to invest seriously in refinery safety, assessing the damage caused by constant fires in the first facilities, which were basically makeshift sheds. He realized that investment in infrastructure was essential. Many oilmen at the time believed that oil was a quick profit opportunity that would soon run out, so they saw no need to invest in infrastructure improvements. Rockefeller, however, thought differently. When he started exporting oil, he needed equipment to transfer the product efficiently from tanks to tankers. Without hesitation, he financed, at his own expense, the installation of these devices in the necessary railway stations. Initially, this seemed like a free gift to the railroads, but in practice, as well as increasing the volume of transport, it became a powerful justification for negotiating lower fares. Thus, he was able to transport oil by train at a cost 3 times lower than his competitors. In addition to his oil operations, Rockefeller also owned several iron mines. Realizing that it was more profitable to transport ore to blast furnaces and ports by ship than by train, he decided to build a naval fleet from scratch. His partners considered these innovations extremely risky and were reluctant to invest in them. On these occasions, Rockefeller used to say, "Fine, I'll invest my own money, but all the profits will be mine." This argument usually persuaded the partners to change their minds, because they knew that if Rockefeller was willing to invest, the profit would be practically guaranteed. Rockefeller's approach illustrates how innovation and strategic planning can transform the concept of wealth. His financial skills, although apparently simple and accessible, have become a formula for success for many. With determination and careful management, anyone can achieve their personal financial goals in a short time. It is therefore crucial to understand that the truths in the world of finance, which have long been consolidated as golden principles, continue to enrich those who follow them. Subscribe to the leading finance channel and start building your own wealth.